I procrastinated all day long until now. I could have started this technically I could have started it at like 9 this morning, but even if you say I wait until after I eat lunch, I could have started it at around 12. It's now 8. And what I'm talking about is studying for and then taking a test that is due at 11:59, which is exactly 4 hours from now. And the test is going to take probably 2 hours at the very most. So I have technically 2 hours to study for the test and then 2 hours to take the test. And you know what happened the last time I took this type of test? I basically didn't study at all, and I got an 88%, so that's probably why I procrastinated on this so long. It's like I knew that I could probably get away with not studying for it. Man. What? Also, I just realized today for the first time that she provides the answers to our homework problems. I did not know that. I didn't know she provides the answers to our homework problems. Are you kidding me? It took me this long to realize that? That would have helped my life so much. That would have helped so much if I had those. Man. Like, look at that. Problem solutions. I didn't know that was there until now. It took me over half of the semester to realize that. I wouldn't have gone to the trouble of emailing the professor about the instructional video if I had known that she had provided the answer key right here. Because that's the main reason I watch those videos is well, that's not the main reason. Like, the main reason I watch them is to know how to do the problem, but also another reason is to see the answers to the problems I'm doing, just to see if I'm doing it right. So that's like half the work right there done. I don't need the videos. I can just look at the solution here. And also the problem solutions probably in and of themselves tell you how to do the problem, because they show you the formulas that you need to type into Excel. That's fine. So yeah, most of the work from the instructional videos is right here in the solutions. But anyways, I'm not talking about doing homework. I'm talking about taking a test, which is not indicated anywhere at all in the course that it's not open book. So don't go after me for looking up stuff during the test, because there is nothing at all that indicates that it's not open book. They probably anticipate the fact that for online classes, students can look at the material and take the test because they're at home and nobody can see them. So they just designed the tests to account for that fact. And even our intermediate accounting test from like a month ago accounted for that fact, because he could not get us a reservation for a room for a computer lab to take that test. So what he did instead was he made the test intentionally more difficult to prevent cheating. Like, he literally made it more difficult. So that even if students cheated, it would still be hard to get a good grade on the test. Apparently. Anyways. Hey, look, I'm still procrastinating even though I already started the video. This is probably the worst I've procrastinated on anything all semester. Literally waited the entire day. Just sat around and just waited and just kept doing random stuff that was not the homework, even though I knew I was supposed to start on the homework. Like, the key to this is that I was planning on starting it at like 12 p.m. and it's now 8 p.m. And like a lot of that time in between 12 and 8 was me just like walking around thinking to myself, I need to start on the homework, but not actually doing it. That was funny. And it's not even homework, it's a test. I don't have a choice. I have to do the test. But I really should be preparing for the test. And also, you know what's funny? I didn't know this existed either. For our last test, there is a review document, a test review sheet, and practice questions, which I didn't look at because I didn't know it existed. I didn't look at the homepage last time. Like, why? Like, next time I really need to make sure I look at the homepage for our courses just to see if there's anything else there. Because, man, I missed some really helpful stuff here. I missed the problem solutions, and I missed the test review sheet. Like, are you kidding me? So, yeah, here's a test review sheet. I could literally just... I mean, I wonder if this is going to be like an exact copy of the test, except the questions are slightly different. Like, are all of these exact questions going to be on the test? Probably. Like, I don't see why. Basically, this is the test. It's a version of the test. But it's maybe some of the questions are slightly different or something like that. I don't know. So, I guess we'll look at these. Also, you know what I never did before, which I probably should have done, is study our quizzes. That would be very nice to study those quizzes. Although, what if those quizzes are not a good way to study for the test? I think what I'll do is open up our previous quizzes, and then if I don't know the answer to a question, I'll try to see if it's in that quiz. So anyways, and imagine if I can't look at the quiz. That's very possible. Now I can look at it. Yeah, I can look at the quiz. So I'm looking at quiz 2.1. Whoops, I accidentally clicked 2.2. Really? Why? Is this quiz 2.2? I didn't click the correct quiz. I clicked the wrong one. This is the right quiz. Yeah, here we go. So here are, that was funny. Quiz 3. Oh, I just sniffed. It's always fun when I lean in towards the microphone and then sniff. That's funny. So anyways, if there's a question on here that I don't know the answer to, I will look in and also I'm going to type the answers in. Okay, events A and B cannot happen together. Also, you know what? I should probably open the textbook. You'd think that'd be a good idea. I think we're actually, this test is going to cover Chapter 5 and Chapter 7, I believe. Let me just double check. Oh wait, never mind, it doesn't say. But, yeah. And so basically I'm going to start this test at around 9:45, and then I'll be done by 11:45. So I'll have a little bit of extra time after, just in case. So yeah, last time I basically didn't study for the test. I did not study the previous quizzes. I did not study the homework. I just took the test. I got 88%. So not bad, considering I didn't really study. Like, basically, just doing the homework was enough study for me, but I'm going to do... It's funny how I procrastinated this much, and yet I'm still preparing more than I did for the last test. Man, like, it's just amazing how well I can do with such little effort. That was funny. That was funny. So Chapter 5 and Chapter 7, I think I might actually open the textbook in 2 tabs so I can have both chapters open at the same time. Oh, man. So, in this one, we will look at chapter 5. And in this one, we will look at chapter 7. So, there you go. We have chapter 5 and chapter 7. We have our 3 quizzes, and we have our review sheet here. So, let's see. Events A and B cannot happen together. Either A happens or B happens. They are mutually exclusive. I'm not even going to look that up. That's too easy. I mean, I could look it up just to be safe, but you know what? It's a waste of time. So, if event A happens first and event B is not influenced by whether A happened, they are considered to be independent. Independent. So that's easy. 3, which of the following are objective probabilities and which ones are subjective? You know, I'm such an idiot on the last test for not looking at previous quizzes when I wasn't sure of an answer. Like, what an idiot. I don't know why I didn't think to do that. Which of the following are objective probabilities? You know, I'm starting to think that this is not open book. Because, like, she provided a whole review sheet for the test. You would think that you're not allowed to look at this while you're taking the test. That would be too easy. That would be way too easy. If you could look at this review sheet while you're taking the test. Okay, which of the following are objective probabilities and which ones are subjective? Okay, so that one I was looking over earlier, and I was a little bit confused. Probably flip coin laying heads up. Probably a little rain tomorrow. Okay, that's funny. So this is a little bit of a weird one. I need to look this up. I need to look up objective and subjective probability. So, let's see. It's probably near the beginning of the chapter, actually. I'm going to look for bold print for objective and subjective. So yeah, we found mutually exclusive. There's also exhaustive. That's fine. Conditional. So yeah, there's that. Multiplicative. Multiplication rule. Ooh. I mean, it might be kind of important to know this problem or this equation. But anyways. Independence. Oh yeah, there's conditional. It's not the same thing. I'm trying to find the... Oh, I found it. Those that can be estimated from long-run proportions, subjective cannot be estimated from long-run proportions. All right, well... So if you test something a million kajillion times, the probability that the New England Patriots will win the Super Bowl is a subjective probability. Okay. Sometimes they're not. It's not Objective or most probabilities are educated guesses. Yeah. Well, I know what they mean by that now, but it's still a little weird. I guess they want you to say this one's objective. Football fans' estimate of probability that, so that one's obviously subjective. The lottery is objective. Like, I feel like that's objective because, like, the way they define, it's so weird. That was objective. Like, this is subjective. I hate that question. You know why I hate that? It's because literally the distinction between them is not very well defined. Because it just means that you don't have a good idea of the probability. Like, the more objective it is, the better understanding you have of the probability. Like, the probability of winning the lottery, it's so obvious how you calculate that because there's the amount of people who got a ticket and the amount of winning tickets. That's literally it. So that's objective. But the probability of rain tomorrow, usually those are based on educated guesses that don't have all the information. So that is subjective. Okay, we're done with that. What is a random variable? What? Please tell me there's no... Oh, please tell me. Please tell me we don't have to write that. Why do you have to write an answer? Okay, fine, I'll look it up. What is a random variable? Well, I mean, do I know what it is? Do I know what is a random variable? It's, well, I know what it is. It's just hard to describe what it is. Dude, what if we have to write that on our test? I'm just going to look it up. Random variable. What chapter is that in anyways? Dude, it might be in chapter 7. Maybe. I don't know which chapter it is in. No, I feel like it's got to be in probability. Okay, I'm going to look here. Random variable. It is in chapter 5. Wow, that was easy. So, what is a random variable? Oh, I love how they don't define it. What? What? Hold on. Random variable. Search. No, that's because it was just in the chapter. There are so many results. Where's the definition of a random variable? What chapter is this? Chapter 5, Introduction. Idiot. Okay, I think that was funny. Yeah, it's getting way too hot in this room. I guess this is the time to adjust this thing up here because it's getting too hot in here. So now it won't get nearly as hot. That's fine. So what is this? It associates a numerical value with each possible random outcome. Oh, that's a good definition. Not. What was that? There are many sources of uncertainty. There are many sources of uncertainty. Demands for products are uncertain. Times between arrivals to a supermarket are uncertain. Stock price returns are uncertain. In many situations, the uncertain quantity is a numerical quantity. So basically, it's a quantity of something that you don't know what the numerical value of the quantity is. That was funny. That is not a formal definition. A random variable associates a numerical value with each possible random outcome? You literally use the word random in your definition. How is that a formal definition? Whatever. Which of the following variables are continuous random variables and which ones are discrete? I love this. I hate this. I was being sarcastic the first time. Why? I hate the stupid distinction between discrete and continuous because it's not. Literally, that distinction itself is not discrete. Height, yes, that's continuous. Weight, continuous. Number of children, discrete. Amount of sugar, continuous. Number of light bulbs, discrete. Time required. Okay, that was pretty simple. Thank goodness. Oh, never mind. Funny. Wait, what? Number of patients, discrete. Attendance at the cinema is discrete. Quarterly profits, continuous. Normal distribution, continuous. Binomial, ooh. I'm pretty sure Poisson is discrete, and then exponential is continuous. This is continuous. Binomial. No, I believe binomial is discrete because it's either yes or no. There's no option for. There's only two options, so therefore it's discrete. Let me just double check that though. Oh, it's not even in chapter 7, it's in chapter 5, you moronic. That was funny. I'll double check the other ones too. I'll double check all of them. Jeez. I don't want to get it wrong. It literally says continuous right in the title. That's awesome. Oh, man. Binomial. Discrete distribution. Poisson is probably discrete because I forgot why. Oops. Discrete distribution. So there you go. And then exponential is probably continuous. Yes. Yep. Okay, we got it. We got that. Which of the distributions is appropriate for the following? Oh, this is hard. Are you kidding me? Oh. Now this is not fun. I believe A is exponential. You really had to give that away, using the word binary in this. Number of successes in a fixed number of trials. Poisson is number of events occurring within a specified period of time or space. So that's cool. That was funny. The Poisson distribution applies to the number of events occurring within a specified period of time, the exponential distribution probably is the times between arrivals the times between those arrivals. Because Poisson is also it's pronounced Poisson, but I don't care. Poisson describes number of events occurring within a specified period of time. Exponential distribution describes the times between events that occur, I think. So with that, length of time between arrivals is exponential. AT-CT scores is normal. Number of phone calls is Poisson. Length of time is exponential. Proportion of patients who survived a heart transplant is binomial because they either survived or they didn't. Sounds so bad. IQ scores is normal. Number of defective parts is produced per hour. Now that is Poisson. Now this one is binomial. Number of taxis passing a particular street is Poisson, and length of time is exponential. So yeah, I guess that wasn't as hard as I was originally thinking. Interesting. Okay, number 7. What is the standard normal distribution? It is when the normal distribution has a standard deviation of 1 and a mean of 0, I believe. I'll look that up again, though. I think it's in chapter 5. Or no, it's in chapter 7. Standard normal distribution. I think it's in chapter. It's not in chapter 7. Maybe it's not. Dang it. This is so dumb. It's showing every single result that has the word standard, normal, or distribution. Come on, man. You've got to be kidding me. Where is it going to show? It's either in chapter 5 or chapter... This is so bad. Really? Textbook, your search thingy sucks. I want to find standard normal distribution. Come on. Normal. It's got to be here. It's got to be. Like, you would think I could just search it right here. Nope, it won't let me search. Okay, it's got to be here. Come on, where is it? It's literally, it's got to be under normal distribution. It's got to be. Fine. Mean of 0, standard deviation of 1. And then z-scores. It's fine. It's open book. If I need to look up something, I can look it up. I don't need to memorize this. That was funny. I don't even know if it's open book. Like, it would be kind of funny if, like, all the questions on the test were just exactly these questions. Maybe I should just limit myself to not being able to look at this worksheet, because that would be, like, cheating, basically. Also, I guess I'm not writing any answers anymore. I forgot to write answers down. Oh well. Why do you want to standardize a normally distributed variable? Because it's easy to compare it to yourself or whatever. Measure variables with different means and or standard deviations on a single scale. So measure, like, it's not even good. There's not going to be short answer questions on the test. But anyways, measure variables with different means or standard deviations on a single scale. They don't write anything else. What formula would you use to standardize a normally distributed variable? That was funny. So apparently they want you to know the formula. We didn't have to do this on the test or on the homework assignments because we just use Excel. We didn't use like actual math. We just used Excel. That was funny. It's so hilarious how we're heavily relying on Excel in this class. We're not actually doing math. We're literally just typing stuff into a program, which is a lot different from my other statistics class. We did not use Excel at all in that class. Instead, we just did math problems the whole time. But anyways, so the formula is, so what is it? The capital X. Suppose that the random variable X is distributed with a mean of less than a certain unit. The variable Z is that minus the mean divided by standard deviation. Also, notations are fun. Okay, so that's fun. Anyways, that's how you standardize the variable. In decision making, what are the 3 different criteria that can be used? What the? What? Where's the papers? Now this is where having the PowerPoints will also be helpful. We have so many tabs open because it makes it easier to find stuff in the textbook if I can just look at it in the PowerPoint first. So here we go. Did I already download them? I'll just download them again. Doesn't matter. Anyways, we have like 1 hour to continue studying for this test. But this is still much more studying than I did last time, so I should be fine. Right? I don't know. That's funny. Unit 2. Readings. So the PowerPoint. Okay, so I didn't even have to download it because it's just a thingy. So that 2.3. Why does it say 2? Okay, so we have our 2 PowerPoint things here. So do I have any idea where this question would be? Decision making. Risk dash adverse. Adverse? That's gotta be a misspelling. That's not how you spell adverse. Let's search for, let's just search for decision making. Decision making. That's the title of the textbook. that didn't work. Let's try risk. That's it. Try risk here. The word risk is not in the chapter 7. Maybe it's just at the beginning of chapter 5. Maybe. Dude, what is this question? What are the 3 different criteria that are used in decision making? Like, I feel like this should be very intuitive, but I can't think of what they're looking for right now. Come on. I'm going to search for the word optimist. I don't think it's going to be on there. Man, it's not going to be in the PowerPoint. Come on. Dude, this has to be here. I think I'm going to search for the word optimist. This is so funny. Optimist. Optimist. I think I found it. All I had to do... Oh my gosh, that's chapter 6! That's chapter 6! Wait just a second. Don't tell me there's a question from chapter 6. Oh! What? No. Wait just a sec. You have a test question from chapter 6. No wonder I had no idea what they're talking about. Are you kidding me? Am I missing something here? Was I supposed to read chapter 6? I don't think so. There is something wrong with our curriculum. It's assuming that we've read chapter 6, but we haven't. Because, you know, also lesson 2.3, there's a -2 here. Weirdly. That's odd. That's odd. She gave us a test question from chapter 6, even though we didn't cover chapter 6. Awesome! Just awesome. I love these curriculums where they don't even make sense. Where they assume you've read stuff you haven't read. I love those. Don't you just love terrible curriculums that hurt students? That was funny. I have too many tabs open. I can just have... Anyways, apparently we have to read chapter 6 for this question. For this whole question, like, look at this. Look at this. There's a giant long question. The 3 criteria that are used. Wait, what? There's 5. Wait. Look at the worst possible outcome for each decision and choose the decision that has the least bad of these. Look at the 5th percentile of the distribution of outcomes for each decision and choose the decision that has the best of these. Look at the 5th percentile. I mean, these are... And then look at the best possible outcome for each decision. Choose the decision that has the best of these. Look at the variance or standard deviation of the distribution of outcomes for each decision. Choose the decision that has the smallest variance. Minimize risk. Look at the downside risk of the distribution of outcomes for each decision. Choose the decision with the smallest. The mean of the probability distribution. Yes, that's hilarious. They're like, what are the 3 criteria? And yet they don't list 3. Look at the variance of the distribution. Like, what are the 3 that they're looking for? I don't even know. Anyways, most decision makers prefer looking at the mean of the probability distribution. Apparently, I guess. Risk-averse pessimistic is to look at the worst. Look at all of the worst possible outcomes and choose the outcome that. Choose the decision that has the least bad of the worst possible outcomes. The optimist looks at the ones that have the best possible outcomes. Given the following discrete probability distribution, answer the questions below. Right. So, now this is a fun question. And this is where I believe you use normal distribution function in Excel. Whatever. And also, I haven't even opened Excel yet. Probably should do that. That's funny. Well, I was studying the conceptual questions. Now we're getting to... Oh, that's funny. I've apparently been studying for 44 minutes. I feel like I've made quite a bit of progress. I mean, considering the fact that I'm basically just studying the test itself. Like, I don't know. Is this going to be the test? Is that what the test is going to look like? Dude, what if the test is just a copy of this review sheet? It could just be that. Oh, man. So, like, if we look at what is the probability that x is greater than 2? All right, so the key here is 2 has a probability of 0.25. But, okay, so basically what you have to do is add all these probabilities. Like, you don't even need Excel. I'm such a moron. Like, all you have to do is do this plus this plus this. I'm such an idiot. That's not even like a normal distribution. That's just a distribution that they give you. What's the probability that's between 1 and 4? So it's either 2 or 3. Add these two. What is the mean of the distribution? Mean. How do you do that? How do you do that? It's like a weighted average or something. Wasn't there a simple way to do that? Like, I feel like I did that in a homework question. I'm just going to look at. Wait just a second. I don't need my homework question. I can look at the answer key thingy instead. So there. That's fine. This one probably has it. Now, unfortunately, that means I have to download a ton of Excel documents. The mean. How do you calculate the mean of this? Is there a form? Like, I don't remember how you do that. Or the standard deviation, for that matter. Oh, you know what? I think what you were supposed to do is, like, do this times this. Wait, no. This cannot possibly be right. This cannot possibly be right. Is this really the question? 5, 6? That cannot possibly be. Also, constructing a pivot table. Oh no. I don't think I did that. I think I did something very inefficient to answer this question. I didn't construct a pivot table. Count the number of preferences for each of the types. That's not what I was looking for. I'm going to try 8. Wait, what? Hold on. Probability distribution. Maybe it's not chapter 7, chapter 5. It might be chapter 7. Maybe not. No, I don't think it is. No, it is chapter 5. It might be not. It might be question 5, 6. Or 5, 8, rather. Now, here we go. This is the mean, I think. This is the mean. So the way they calculated this... Oh, huh. what they did was some product. I don't think that's what I did. Or is it? Maybe it is what I did. I don't. It was so long ago that I did that. Some product. Why is it? Returns the sum of the products of the corresponding ranges of arrays. So it gave you the sum of the products. Some products. So to find the mean, you do some products of these to these. These comma these. So there you go. To find the variance, oh geez. Okay, so these are going to be kind of hard because you need to know your formulas. I might need to write these down. I really should write these formulas down. It's the sum product. Oh man, that's kind of complicated because you have to do this row, you have to do this column twice. So like this squared, and then multiplied by this, and then subtract, the mean squared. Oh geez. Yeah, that's kind of... You know what? I don't need to write down a formula. I can just leave this Excel sheet open. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write down... I'm going to just type into a notepad document which ones I should look at to look for that stuff, that information. That was funny. Huh. Mean variance, standard deviation. Oh 0508. So the standard deviation. So the standard deviation is like you do these ones squared, and then you don't square this apparently. You just do this, and then you subtract the mean squared. So that's the variance, and the standard deviation is simply the square root of this. So there you go. That's fun. The probability that's more than 2, you just add stuff. In between 1 and 3, add those. Let more than 0, just add all those. And the probability of stuff. Okay, so probability that x is more than 3 given that x is more than 2. And they had to do it such a complicated way. Like what? The probability is something it equals the probability of A divided by the opposite of the other one. Well, guess what? That was funny. Dang it. We're not even close to the end of this thing. Suppose 40% of customers in the store are female. What is the probability that a randomly selected customer will not be a female? So I think for that one, you do like binomial distribution. So I'm just going to close this. So like equals, okay, mean, wait. Okay, so the probability that somebody will not be a female, assuming there are no non-binary people, is 60%. So basically you have a mean of 60% because they say 40% is female. You're looking for not female, so that you're assuming 60% is the mean. Wait, no, that's not how it works, you moronic. The probability is 60%, not the mean. So if the probability is 6%, binomial dot dist, so no. They're looking for the probability. They're looking for, it's actually dot inverted. Nope, they are looking for a distribution. This is confusing. How do I do this? What is number underscore S? Gosh. What's the probability that you're going to get? Wait just a second. Wait just a minute. I think I'm overcomplicating this. Literally, the answer is 60%. The answer is just 60%. Because it's just the idea that it's mutually exclusive or something. Ah, man. What a fun question, anyway. Okay, jeez. Oh, man. A popular grocery store. Okay, here's like a comprehensive question here. Knows the distribution of purchase amounts by its customers is approximately normal with the mean of this and a standard deviation of this. Dude, is this the whole test? Like, I feel like there should be more questions than this. The probability that sales is less than $75 is this. The probability that sales is less than $85 is this. Probability that's less than 95 is this. Probability that it's less than 115 is this. The first percentile is 70.92. The fifth percentile is 79.9.44. Okay, why are they giving you all this information? That you should be able to come up with this information on your own. Because you have the mean and standard deviation. All of this stuff. I just realized something. These are the answers to the questions. Why is this so easy? They literally just give you the answers. What? Why would they just give you these probabilities? So I know how to do this. I'm not going to do this. It's basically, you do the probability that it's more than 85. So you do like probability less than this minus the probability of more than this. And 1% chance that you'll spend more than what amount of money, 5% chance to spend less than what amount of money. So equidistant from the mean, 98% are between these two values. That means you need the 99th percentile and the first percentile, which they calculated for you. It's so funny. Like, they just gave you the answers. They didn't tell you how to calculate the answers, but they gave you the answers. But anyways, I'm pretty sure I know how to calculate the answers. And I'm basically done studying this thing. I'm done. That was way faster than I expected. I feel like this is not comprehensive. I feel like this is not going to cover everything that's on the test. Because there was way more types of questions that we did than just these. Like, they literally just gave you, like, 1, 2... I mean, this is a simple question. Like, why is this... I feel like this one... They didn't give you any questions from Chapter 7. I don't think they gave you any questions from Chapter 7. Like, did I look at Chapter 7 at all? I don't think I did. Like, this review sheet is like one question from Chapter 6 and a bunch of questions from Chapter 5. But nothing from Chapter 7. That's so weird. Huh. I wonder if this is just an inaccurate... Well, we'll see. We will find out very shortly how accurate this is. Jeez. Huh. Here's some quizzes. Should I look at these quizzes, maybe? If probability of A equals probability that A given B, that means they're independent. I'll just keep going and then I'll stop the video when I actually start the test. The probability of A is the same as the probability of A given B. They're independent, discrete probability distribution. Discrete probability distribution lists all the possible values of the random variable and their corresponding probabilities. If two events are collectively exhaustive, what is the probability that one or the other occurs? Formal way to revise probabilities based on new information is to use conditional probabilities. Which of the following best describes the concept of probability? It is a measure of the likelihood that a particular event will occur. Which of the following statements are true? The sum of all probabilities for a random variable must be equal to 1. The probability of A is equal to 1 minus the probability of A. Or no, the probability of not A is the probability of is equal to 1 minus the probability of A. Rule of complements. Probabilities that can be estimated from long-run relative frequencies of events. I feel like this is overkill. Like, I already studied the worksheet. I'm just afraid that this worksheet is not actually going to prepare me for the test because there's so little on there. There's nothing from Chapter 7. I feel like this only covers Chapter 5. Like the objective and subjective thing. Where was that? Chapter 5? I think so. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. This one was from chapter 7, right? Because chapter 7 covered all those different distributions. And yeah, any question that involves... No, it didn't. No, that was chapter 5. Sampling. Chapter 7 was about sampling. Sampling, methods for collecting samples, estimation. Dude, and I remember the assignment for chapter 7, I think it was like not very many questions. Yeah, this test review sheet only covers chapter 5. That's why I felt so weird when I got to the end and it was like, there should be more here. What is this? Are you kidding me? This is not a good review sheet. I mean, we'll find out, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be enough because we have the sampling chapter as well. Like, yeah, calculating your what is the thing called? I don't even remember. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to skip these 2 quizzes and I'm only going to study this quiz because... So the opportunity for sampling errors decreased by larger sample sizes. The central limit theorem is generally valid for the n is more than 30 when a portion of the sample does not respond to the survey. Also, you know what? I should look at the quiz where I didn't get all the questions right. Anyways, which of the following might not be appropriately modeled with a normal distribution? Salaries of employees at a large company. Maybe because some employees earn way too much money or something. That was a weird question. Wait, that's the only one I got wrong. Never mind, I thought I got 2 wrong. I got 2 points off, but it was 1 question. When a portion of the sample does not respond, results non-response bias. Identifiable subpopulations within the okay. Are called strata. Averaging effect means that you average more and more observations from a given variance of the average decreases. Sample chosen in such a way that every possible subset of the same size has an equal chance of being selected is called a simple random sample. A confidence interval is an estimate of the range of possible values for a population parameter. An unbiased estimator is a simple sample statistic which has an expected value equal to the value of the population parameter. Which of the following statements are correct? A point estimate is a single value estimate of the value of a population parameter. I bet I'm going to totally fail any questions that are related to Chapter 7 because our review sheet doesn't even cover Chapter 7. Why? Just why? Just why, though? It literally only covers Chapter 5, and there's even 1 question from Chapter 6. How does that make any sense? Selecting a random sample from each identifiable subgroup is called stratified sampling. I'm going to totally fail anything from Chapter 7 unless I look at my homework assignments that I did from Chapter 7. But I feel like just waiting to do that until the test. That was funny. And what was one last thing I was going to do before the test? Okay, so I have 2 instances of the chapter. I have 2 instances of the textbook open. One for Chapter 5 and one for Chapter 7. I have our 3 previous quizzes open. I have our PowerPoint presentations open. Um, the last thing to do here is to open. Now, it turns out I'm not going to be using this sheet to do the test. This was a complete waste. I'm actually going to be using the provided Excel sheets to do the test. And I can even look at those sheets before taking the test, which is so funny. Like, why did you do that? Why didn't you just say you're not allowed to look at the sheets until you start taking the test? Like, I could even do a bunch of the test before the test even starts because of these Excel sheets. Wow, this is awesome. Oh, thank you. I didn't need you to open a new tab. Seriously? Okay, third one, fourth one, and fifth one. So I'm pretty sure I've downloaded all of them. So now we can open all of them. Unfortunately, it's getting mixed in with other stuff, but I believe it's these. And here we go. Well, we're not taking the test yet. We're going to wait till like 9:45. Well, we might be able to start sooner than that, but like, I feel like it would be cheating for me to start doing this before the test even starts. Also, I wish there was a nice shortcut to switch between windows. Shortcut. What about just a shortcut that switches? It doesn't bring up a list of windows. Come on. I want a button I can push that will automatically move to a different window, and I can just keep pushing the button until it gets to the right window. That's what I want. Is it Control Tab? Is that what it is? Oh, so it is that. That is the right window. Shortcut. So yes, that's going to be very nice. That's a very nice shortcut to have. I've never used that before, but I literally just figured, like, I've been using it, like, I mean, this probably works for Microsoft Word too. I mean, but anyways, so we have Poisson distribution, probability distribution. Ah, here is a Chapter 7 thing. Oh, wait, no, it is it? Yes, this is a Chapter 7 thing. Here we go. Here's a question from Chapter 7. It's almost like I'm doing this part of the test before the test even starts. But you're the you're the one who provided all of this stuff to make it as easy as humanly possible to do this. So I think, let's just see if there's any other ones. So yeah, that's going to be easy. Ooh, part A through F. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. The chicken and hamburger question. Is that the same question we had as a homework assignment? Are you kidding me? So we have some distribution problems. We have probability distribution problems again. There's only one question from chapter 7, I believe. The only question is this. So I'm going to look at this, and kind of study it, and try to figure out, or I'm going to try to figure out how to solve this question. I don't know if I'm going to actually solve it, but compute the point estimate of the population mean from the sample. I don't remember how to do that. Wait, I'm such a moron! Wait. All you have to do is calculate the mean of all these values. That's it. That's literally it. You do. Interested in improving service. Dude, all these customers only have to wait 1 minute? I mean, how the heck do they not have to wait a full minute? Like, the mean is less than a minute? I mean, whenever I go to Culver's, I have to wait like 5 to 10 minutes. That's funny. We have a sample of 20. So what's the sample mean? Okay, so they literally have... So we already have the population mean. Okay, all you have to do is calculate the sample mean and then do that minus the population mean. And then so that's easy. And then the standard deviation, that's simple. You literally just... Okay, so that's not so simple. I think for the standard deviation, you just do a normal standard deviation. But for the SE X bar, you do something weird. I don't remember what the weird thing is. And so compute the point estimate of the population standard deviation. I mean, all you do is calculate the standard deviation of the sample for this. And then to calculate the standard error, there's some formula that you have to use. I don't remember what it is. Maybe I should look it up here. Standard error. You know what? It might be in 7.4, which is kind of weird, but... So the standard error is the standard deviation of the means of the sample means, I think. The standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the estimate. Can you please show what you're supposed to do here? Where is it? Okay, so it is the standard deviation, but an estimate of the standard error. Okay, here's the question. Is the question asking for the estimate of the standard error or the actual standard error? I don't even know which one it is. Oh, I just guessed right. Compute the point estimate of the standard deviation. Okay, I love this. It says calculate the standard error, which is not the estimate of the standard error. The square root of the number of the sample size. It's not a complicated equation, it's just the standard deviation divided by. Now, this is such a fun question because it technically says calculate the standard error, but it implies heavily that you're supposed to use the sample standard deviation because it tells you to calculate the sample standard deviation. They already told you the sample. They already told you the population standard deviation. Or did they? No, they didn't. They didn't tell you that, so you do have to, in fact, use the sample standard deviation. Never mind, that's pretty clear. But it wouldn't have been clear if they gave you the population standard deviation. That was funny. So the FPC thingy, you basically use it if n is more than 5% of capital N. And then I'll have to find the equation for that. So I think I might be set to take the test. I think I'm set. Because every other question besides this one is from Chapter 5, and the review sheet covers stuff from Chapter 5. It did not cover this, which is a sign, which is a very bad sign. It's a sign that the review sheet is not comprehensive, so even if you perfectly ace everything on the review sheet, that's not enough to study for the test. So then what's the point of the review sheet? If it's not going to adequately prepare you for the test, then what's the point? But anyways, so I think we're set. We have everything prepared. We have all of our Excel sheets that we need for our test. We have our textbook open. We have our quizzes open. We have our PowerPoints open. That's all we need. So that was funny.